exhibition, fair. You need to have you need to have done like a fashion show, something to actually see your craft, basically. So for me, luckily, fashion has always been what I've been doing all the time. So it's not a struggle for me. Like I've exhibited in trade fair like Niger Brand Chic back then. I think the second edition or so, I can't remember. So the good thing again, we have to put everyone needs to put in place is documenting. No experience is a waste. Anything you do, try to document, take pictures, videos, even if it's not like with a proper photographer, it's not professional, even if it's just your phone or anything, just have an evidence like, okay, I did this, I did that, or this is what I'm working on, or this is what I'm doing, or where so those things helped me. The trade fair, I happened to, because I'm a Fadan member, so via Fadan, I happened to exhibit at African Fashion Week Lagos. Then also I did a personal fashion show as well. And beyond that, I have some other like classes, workshops that I've done. So those are the things that actually helped me that I used as my evidence in the things that I've done and everything. Yeah. So those are the basic things. So the basic thing is try to document your journey, no matter how unprofessional or um no matter how it's not like aesthetically pleasing, like if I can put it in that word, like everybody wants something perfect, that's to be this, but no matter how it comes, just try to have a document, like document your process as much as you can, because you don't know when you need it. As much as you can document it.
Awesome. I'm going to ask a rather very personal question. How long have you been in the fashion space or fashion industry?
Hmm. That's it's been for a while. Okay, like let's say
Mm.
fashion started 2008 for me. Yes, in uni, though it wasn't something serious, so break time and everything like that. Yeah. So since then, I've been in the fashion space.
Okay, so you mentioned you were at Fadan. Can you give us the definition of that acronym?
Oh, sorry, that's Federal Association. I be fashion. Oh, sorry. Oh God.
You you can wrap your thought around it because I'm trying to understand. I have an early interest and I'm
In
just transitioning for someone, I'm speaking for someone who is in fashion space and then they are just starting out, right?
okay.
For you, maybe over time of telling your story, being at Fadan, registered with Fadan, and then exhibiting in trade fairs, you were convinced at some point. I mean, if you were not, you can speak about it, but you knew that it was about time to get on the global talent visa application. For an early starter, what would be that practical steps you would advise one if I'm starting my career today, or if I'm starting my career, I've been here for a while, what do I need to do moving on from this conversation practically that will get me the global talent visa?
Oh, okay. So for Fadan, sorry, just keep my mind. It's Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria. So that's the full meaning of Fadan.
All right.
Okay. So okay, if I get you clearly, if someone is starting out afresh now, like what are the
Mhm.
steps to take? Is that what you mean, please?
Yes, to get the global talent visa. What are the practical things the person needs to start doing
Okay, for
or
someone
do
that's
more?
just okay, for someone that's just starting out now, I will advise you build your social media presence, like somewhere you can showcase yourself. I will advise you put yourself more out there beyond just learning the skill, knowing how to sew. Learn to put your creativity out there. Picture, you can just create collections. It doesn't have to be something too big. It could just be like three pieces or five pieces. Just make a collection, do photo shoots, post them on your social media and do. Though for me, I started with social media, but not like as it is now. Social media is a different ball game now compared to the time. So I think the person should leverage on social media first, then Yeah, leverage on social media. That's the practical thing I will advise you to start with. Then try to um let me see, try to like meet any opportunity for you to actually be recognized, maybe like going for competition or something like that. It could help you as well, like maybe in your community there are things they do, like maybe fashion. A lot of people organize like different awards locally. It doesn't even have to be something grand, so you could try and look in for that, if there's any way you could fit in to get an award, at least a kind of recognition. So yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing. Before we take a deep dive into other questions, I want to take you to that very day. Habib, if you have a question, please write it in the comment section and I'll take all your questions. If you have questions, we will take all of it. Just write it in the chat section. So I want to take you to that very day you got a mail being accepted for the Global Talent Visa. How did it feel for you, given, oh, you have, did you, did you jump? Did you leap? Did you run out of the house? How's the feeling for you, given you've poured in your soul into all of this creativity and then application journey?
Okay, so for me, I could remember the day I got the email actually. I was in church. I was doing service. Okay, it was during service. On a normal day, I don't use my phone in service, but due to the kind of department I was, so I not that I don't use my phone was with me. And thank God I was actually with my phone. If not, I might not have even seen it because it went into into the spam junk. It didn't go through my email directly, so I would have even seen it. I would have ignored it. So the moment it came in,
It sounds
yeah, it didn't come in. It didn't. I might not have
Satan is a
seen it because
liar.
it went to the spam or junk or something. So I just saw the message, like, okay, I just left it till after service and I ran to one of my friends. I'm like, you know what, take my phone. There's an email, kindly open it and tell me what's in there. So just let me know. Because the tension, the anxiety, like, no matter how, just like, okay, this is it. And I wasn't even expecting it at the time that it came. I thought it was going to be something longer, but it came quicker than expected. So I just gave it to her, like, just check whatever thing. And she was like, oh,
How long was the duration?
normally for after the okay, for the endorsement, I think it takes about, I think 6 to 13 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that's changed now or something, but it came, it wasn't up to, was it, I'm not sure it was up to 6 weeks for me, or maybe 6 weeks. Like it didn't take a lot of time actually. So yeah. So she just checked and she said, oh, it's okay. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Awesome.
So this is it. Okay. Yeah. That was it for me.
Okay. So just to attend to invest. All right. We'll attend to that shortly, so we're not distracted. There are a lot of questions on the chat section, and I am sure you're super pumped for all of it. You braced
I
up.
hope so. I hope I can give
All right.
enough
Thank you.
information.
Is it cold where you are though?
I'm indoors, so it's not cold inside. Though the weather is
All
cold
right.
out. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So I needed to know the feeling for you, and it's quite understandable. You were still anxious, and you had to pass the phone to someone else who would share the message. And it's been a life-changing opportunity, if you'd say so yourself, right?
Yes, it is. It's been, yeah.
Awesome. There are a lot of persons on this call that are still bearing some misconceptions about the Global Talent Visa. They are still having to um, think about certain things that can cause errors in the application. What would you say are some common mistakes or misconception you have noticed among applicants, especially the unsuccessful ones applying for the arts and culture category specifically?
Because I I don't know if I've not, because I've not seen anyone's documents or anything to be able to say this is what the person did wrong or right. And the thing with global talent, again, what I've noticed is not even about what you think is right. I might check and be like, oh, this is nice, but they will come from another angle or something else entirely. But basically, what I always advise people to do is check online. The requirements are there. Try to work with the requirement and streamline it to exactly what they want and overshare, provide more as much as you can to support your documents. If in case of, let's say, they need to media recognition or something, if you have more than that, like free or anything, just put it there. It's not going to cost anything. As much as you can put, you put there. So again, just try to be truthful and try to make sure you're submitting the right things because they verify. Like anything you're doing, make sure it's genuine because they actually verify to actually check whatever thing and just, yeah, basically be sure of what you're putting out. Make sure the requirements, you tailor whatever thing you're submitting to what they have on the website as requirement to be submitted as criteria. So I think that would help. That's the best help I think anyone
Awesome.
can do.
Thanks for sharing. Oh, sorry. There's another misconception I hear a lot, and this has to do with major international exposure. What would you say? How can creatives that are on this conversation today deal with that? Is it a necessity or can it still be a credible application without it? How can I, without a major international, I mean, I did not go to Vogue events, I did not go for any of those fashion shows outside there. How do I still stay competitive with my application?
Mm. Okay. Oh, for the recognition, I think you can check online. Like if you can actually showcase in some events internationally, not just maybe locally like Nigeria or Kenya or anywhere you're from, you could look outside your country. That should actually fit for international as well. Even if you're in Nigeria, even if UK is quite might be difficult something to do, you could look for a neighboring country. So far, that's still international anyways. It's not your country. You can look out for events. You can look out for runway shows that you can attend. You can look out for exhibitions that you could go to as well. So yes, even if it's not like UK or US, but if your chance or opportunity to do that, you could go for it as well, like London Fashion Week or all this like Manchester or Leicester or some cities like that, they do fashion shows as well. So if you can afford it, you can do that. But if no, you can just look for a neighboring country. So to do that, yeah. I think now they are really banking on more on international recognition or international platforms that you've worked on compared to the time I applied. I think it's quite different now. So for that, I think that should do look like outside your country, maybe a neighboring country that you can afford or something.
Okay, thanks for sharing that insights. There are a lot of questions going on, but really want to put it in context. This conversation is the Global Pathway series for the arts and culture route. And we have our amazing speaker who is an expert in the field. She herself, she is a fashion expert and an instructor in a global talent visa for the arts and culture track. So that is why all of our conversations or questions to her is in the track art and culture. Yes, there are other tracks. We have the tech tracks, we have the marketing, and all of those questions someone in the chat section has asked. But specifically for today, because of our speakers' context, we are dealing with art and culture routes. So this is where I'll trade open. If you have any questions from the conversations we've had so far, or if there are any questions I did not ask you would love to ask, please put it in the comment section. I'll do the honors of asking those questions for you or give you the privilege to ask them yourself. We also have persons asking about registration and eligibility for the global track. So we've made it very easy here at FEXA. You have a chance to just take the test. It's as simple as a test. It makes you understand if you're qualified at this stage of your career for the global talent visa. And if not, we'll also give certain recommendations, but we recommend that you first take the test. There are certain things you've done over time, and maybe you really underplay it, or maybe you're not telling your story enough, like Oluwajuwon is saying. So there's a need for you to first take the assessment and know where you stand. So I'd love to know, is anyone who has questions, please type in the comment section. And this call would be wrapping up in the next about 7 minutes from now. Generally, our dearest speaker,
Hmm.
uh, there's this fashion movie that writing a letter for our dearest speaker. So what would be like your general notes or last words of, not last words because you speak again obviously, but your general notes of advice to Nigerian or African creatives hoping to pursue this route to Japa? What
Okay.
would you generally advise?
Okay, so the first thing first is to actually settle in yourself that your creativity is valid and it's valid to be on a global platform. No matter what you do, no matter the craft, no matter how little you think it might be, just know that it's valid. Don't downplay yourself or water down your achievements. So, because you are good, no matter what, it doesn't even have to just be like in the sense of me that I make outfits. It could be styling, it could be jewelry. Like online, I saw someone using plastic and turning it to fabric to sew something amazing. It doesn't have to, no matter how little you think you are, just know that your creativity is valid and it's good enough to be on a global stage. So far, you are able to tell it well. So far, you are able to project it well. So far, you're able to sell yourself. And also, don't downplay collaboration. If you have friends around, someone is a photographer, someone is a writer, someone is a makeup artist, try to start creating things, collaborate with people as well. So, those are the things that will help you in this journey of going through the global talent route. Yes, be unapologetically you and try to present yourself as well. Everywhere you go, you're your billboard. Like for me now, because I make clothes, I try as much as possible. If I'm going somewhere, it has to be at okay. Like some people don't even know me by my own name; they know me by my brand name at okay. So I try as much as possible to wear me because I'm my number one supporter, I'm my number one billboard. So I try as much any opportunity given to showcase myself, any opportunity given to see that okay, my talent to show it out. I take it and I use it. So don't downplay yourself. Your creativity is valid, and with God by your side, all things are possible.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. I hope I got that one right.
Ah, okay. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're
So
welcome.
I heard a lot of things, and if you're listening to this conversation, you'll hear a series of things over and over again. One of it is creativity, another is storytelling, another is documentation, another is collaboration. But even very important is the last statement where she said, "Be you unapologetically," because I think we try to very well humble ourselves, but there are global opportunities out there for us, and sometimes we don't even know it. But to be specific, this is my question while still waiting for others to ask their questions.
Okay.
Agatha Mukocha, there's no criteria for registration for taking the assessment tests. If you're asking for any other registration, please be specific what you're asking for, please. So this is the question I'm asking now. You mentioned the value of having a global scale opportunity. I'd love to know what can you say has been the opportunities having a global talent visa has given to you
Okay,
on a
so
global
the
level? When you say global, what countries are you referring to now?
global level, UK, America, everywhere, like the world, the earth, basically, everywhere is global. So it's given me the opportunity to actually sell myself, opportunity for people to see me, to see my craft, to experience me in my own way, last by making outfits and sharing the African heritage, because I so much love the fact that um they, how will I say it? Okay, combining Western culture with African heritage, like it's beautiful where you have to sell yourself. Yes. So it's giving me the opportunity to sell myself. It's giving me the opportunity as well to be able to show myself that yes, I can actually do this. I have something, a skill that God has embedded in me, though I learned it, but it's a skill first. Then I can actually show it and people actually appreciate my work. Like I can do something that people will see and appreciate. So it's really amazing. And apart from the fact that I have a global talent, and it also gives me the right to actually pursue, like maybe career wise, any other thing you want to do. The fact that you're a global talent holder does not just restrict you to doing that alone. You have the liberty and the luxury of doing something else, like not leaving your global talent, but you can also add something to it. Like it's not majorly because I'm a fashion designer, I just do fashion design. You can decide to take something or a skill up at the side, maybe like you want to go into project management or something. It doesn't hold you down to do some other things you want to do. It gives you that liberty and that freedom to actually explore other industry as well.
Thank you so much, Toke, for that honest response. And I'll be going to the chat sections for the questions waiting for you. And we have a question from Agatha. Thank you so much, Agatha, for asking your questions. Number one, she asked a couple, what quality do I look for in global cultural talent? Those are questions
Now, what do you
like
mean by quality, please?
Agatha, if you can hear us, you might want to write that again. The next question is, how can creatives like Agatha build stronger international collaboration? Did you hear me?
Yeah, sorry again.
How can creatives like Agatha build stronger international collaborations from Nigeria?
Okay, what does Agatha do, please?
She's a musician and she writes. She's a writer, yeah.
Oh, she's a
I
writer as
think that
well.
was, yeah.
Uh, okay, as a writer, you can. I think you mentioned that you're on LinkedIn as well. You can leverage on LinkedIn or social or Instagram. If you see there's anyone, if you're in I don't know, okay, if you're in Nigeria or you've noticed any other person maybe in Ghana or from another country that you like, that you love to work with, you can always reach out to people via email, DMs, and just build friendship first. At least like you can try to, obviously you can't be friends with everybody, but try to build a level of rapport with someone, then tell them, okay, would they be willing to collaborate with you? Like you are thinking of this, just look for like-minded people. And thank God for social media now. A lot of people don't even leave their house. You can just easily send a DM to someone or an email to someone telling them of your intentions, and you guys pick it up from there. I don't think it's that hard in this age now. But the first thing is having to look for the people that you'd like to work with, like someone that is a musician. You can look for someone that is a writer. You write as well. You can look for a co-writer. You can look for, maybe, I don't know what you write on. Maybe it's, let's say novel now. Maybe it's romance or fiction or something. Look for someone or somehow that fits into what you do, or something you would like to explore as well, to just help you. Yeah. I think that's the best way to do, just from online, reaching out to people.
Amazing. And if I would add one, that would be intentional networking,
Yeah.
right? Maybe beyond online, you start attending events and then you get to meet
Events,
people who are
yes. True.
awesome. So she's also asking another question. What is the cost implication for a global talent visa? Is the process and everything free?
It's not totally free. The first stage, which is the stage whereby you have to gather your evidence and everything. It's for you to get your endorsement. You pay a certain amount of money. About, I can't remember how much is it now. About maybe that you pay the money twice. So the first time you're applying for it, you pay a percentage of it. Then after you get through with your endorsement, you pay another one, if I'm not mistaken. I know you pay twice. You have to pay, but it's online as well. The cost is online for that as well. Then after you get your endorsement, if you proceed to getting your visa, you have to pay for the health subcharge as well. So those are
Awesome.
then yeah, it doesn't cover your visa. You pay for your ticket definitely, but the first stage for your endorsement, you have to pay for the application. And I think it's in two stages, yes, if I'm not wrong.
Awesome. So the answer is it is not free, and then it's a publicly available information. So if you go online, you would see the current cost of applying for a global talent visa. The payments are in stages. However, this is where we come in at Fixer. We ensure that you don't have to go through much of those hassles, and then we make sure before you even get on the journey to applying, we take you through the assessment process, the rigorous documentation. Like she has said, that documentation is very important, right? This is where we come in. And the next question is just about here from Adenike. Adenike, thank you for asking this. She's asking, does Global Talents Visa require proof of funds?
No, it doesn't.
All right.
Doesn't require proof of funds or anything, no. But the only thing that
Awesome.
you it doesn't require proof of funds, no.
We're speaking, please, if you can go ahead. The only thing it requires is what?
Okay, no proof of funds, but the only thing that you might need to do is just to show proof of statement. Like if you transact, so you need to just show proof of that of your transactions. That's all.
All right. So you
Just
don't
as
you
part
don't
of
need.
evidence, just a part of evidences, but you don't need to do proof of funds or anything. You don't need that.
Okay. Unlike other visas, you don't need to have a stored amount of money in your bank account and
No,
all of that.
not at all.
Awesome. Thanks for that clarity. Kasamu is asking, I think we've answered this question already, but maybe for the course of those just joining us, if you can just summarize the process for the global talent. Is there any guideline procedure? If you
The
might just give
the process is just the
an
fact that
overview.
you have to gather your documents. That's when you have to gather your evidences, the things you want to provide as evidences to the reason why you should be given the endorsement. So that's the first thing. You gather the evidences, you apply for the endorsement, and you wait for the body to endorse you. After your endorsement, if it's approved, then you go to the next stage, which has to do with you applying for your visa. That's basically it. So the most important part is actually getting the endorsement, and that is when your documentation comes in place.
Awesome. We have yet another question from NATO. She's
Okay.
asking, and I'll try to make it personal for you. How did you get your reference letters?
Okay, so like I said, I got a reference letter from Fadan because I'm a member, and I also got a reference letter from my workplace as a den, because I worked in the Fashion Institute, which happens to be they have a fashion school as well. So I worked as an instructor there. So I got a reference from there. So
Awesome. We have, wow, this is a long question. And I recommend that, all right, let's just take Adenike's special question. She's asking, did you go with your spouse? That is, if you're married, and if you're not married, do people go with their spouses for the global talent?
yes, the route accept spouse. You can go with your partner, children, anything. And if you're not married, you go alone.
All right. Awesome. So I'm just looking at Friday's question and I'm looking at time. I'm tempted to ask him, can he ask one single question that is most important to him because we are short of time. Mr. Friday, what would that question be? Would it be number one, number two, or number three? Or number four, or number five, or number six? You might want to contact him and connect with us for other questions you may have, and then we'll do well to answer all of it. But because there are other persons on this call and we have just 1 minute to go, would you want to ask number one, two, three, four, five, or six?
Please, can I ask you,
I didn't get that.
please, can you give me the special privilege of asking two questions?
We have just a minute to go, so you might need
Okay,
to contact us directly or her. So you have just one question.
okay, question number two.
Question number what?
Question number two.
Number four.
No, number two. Question number two.
Did you say number two?
Yes, yes, number two. Number two.
All right, awesome. So he's been a filmmaker applying under the Arts Council as an exceptional promise. Can a filmmaker apply under that council as an exceptional promise? He has read online that a filmmaker should apply under film and television category. Film and television category only accepts an exceptional talent. Please provide more clarity.
Oh, is it the clarity in terms of what exactly, please? Sorry, I didn't
I'll
quite
take
get
that
the
again.
question.
He's a filmmaker applying under the Arts Council for
Mm-hmm.
exceptional promise.
Okay.
Can a filmmaker under the Arts Council apply under the Arts Council category as an exceptional promise? Because he has read online where it is only film and television category that they can apply, and that is restricted to just exceptional talent, not promise.
Oh, okay. Okay, so if I get you correctly, you want to go for the promise, but you can only apply for the exceptional talent. Is that correct, please?
He wants to go for the promise, but under the
But
Arts
under the
Council.
category, you can only go
Yeah.
for the exceptional talent. So now I want
Yes.
to know the difference or whether I should pursue it or not, or
Yes,
what's
correct.
the question? If you feel the criteria is something you could actually do, if you're capable of doing it, like providing the evidence, I'm sure if it's film, they might require you to tell a very good story and create a film, doesn't have a film out of the story and make it world class. So if you feel that it's something you can actually pull, you can go for it. If it's something you can do, since that's the only thing available on that category, and I'm sure they will actually break it down as well to what to expect or something. I don't know if I'm able to answer the question.
All right, thank you. So
Um,
because it's a simple
so
answer
I think I will reach out to you
for
personally for other questions.
Okay.
all right, I'm going to tie his number three question and number five all together. Does he need to have a job in the UK or the US or any international organization, or also have a publication in international organizations to apply for the global talent visa?
No, you don't need to have a job in the UK or any place. You don't need to have a job anywhere to apply for it. You don't need to have a job.
All
Then you
right.
mentioned international recognition, or what did you say? I didn't get the last part.
How about publication in international newspapers or articles?
Or articles. I think now they're actually leveraging more on international article or international exposure or something. If it's within your reach, I would advise you try to see how your work can actually be published internationally beyond national level or your country. I will advise you actually look into that, please. It can
All
help
right.
you.
All right. So there are a lot of questions going on, and honestly, if you take the assessments tests, most of your questions will be answered and you'd see the answers right in your fore. So I would recommend that you take this question. I'm going to ask another question. Sadly, the person who asked it is not currently here. So if your endorsement is initially rejected and you want to reapply, can you still get the reference letter from your initial referees?
If if the rejection is not
Ye-
based on that reference, you can, because I know when there's a
And
rejection, they will state the reason why they are refusing. They will tell you the documents that they feel like they couldn't accept or something. They will put it there. So if the particular reference is acceptable by them, you can use it again. But if not, you might need to look for another one.
all right. So Elias is possibly asking the last question.
Okay.
And the question is what I would ask as a final words from you. You've said a lot, but maybe you can then summarize when you're trying to answer these questions, especially because even Agatha lost some of your answers. And the question is, can you give us an overview of all the requirements as a fashion designer? And just for context, he's also a FADAN member. So what would
Oh,
you say are the requirements you can still remember?
okay. The requirements I can still remember, like media recognition, media publicity, not recognition, publicity, um, showcasing your showcasing your crafts either via fair, exhibition, or fashion show, uh, maybe like even like normal editorial, it could fly as well. What's what other documents? Reference, your bio, like your profile, things that you've done, even if it's just like community service, something community service, you could add it together. You could add it as well. If you've received any awards, any recognition, no matter how little or whatever it is, you could add that as well. Um, I'm trying to remember. You can try to get a feedback from your client the ones you've worked with, try to tell them, "Yeah, I think I got a reference from one of my clients as well." So you could get a reference or letter from your client. That would do as well. Then pictures beyond exhibition, like maybe showcasing your collection or anything, just normal day-to-day transactions. Keep record of it. Make sure your business is registered. Have a business account. Not that the money is coming into your personal account. You know, it's business. Have a business account. Register your business and make sure the business account is running. So I think I used that as well for evidence. I had to print out, then keep your invoices. It's just to show like level of transaction that you are really transacting. That's really what you do. So it's just to prove to them when you're working a video of yourself while working in the office, even as random or as mundane that it can be. Just take pictures, videos, what else? But right now, I think some of it are quite different from the time I applied. Because someone checking, I feel like they switch some things. There are some things they don't need for a promise, is now for exceptional or something like that. So, but basically, just familiarize yourself with the requirements online. That's your
Awesome.
Bible. That's your Bible. Familiarize yourself with it and work towards whatever requirements that is there.
Thank you. Thank you so much for going over and out to answer that question all over again. And I think we're hearing collaboration, we're hearing networking, we're hearing storytelling, we're also hearing uh, documentation. So, in a summary of all of these points, it would then be to be intentional with your career, even as a fashion person. And I believe that this advice cuts across everyone listening, not just the persons applying for the arts and culture routes, even if you're in other spaces, because I'm sure we had people from the tech space and other industries join us. So the answer is still the same: being intentional and being authentically you is what will help you, because you're driving impact and then you have a proof of all of those impacts you've driven over specifically 3 to 5 years period. And I'm specific with this because this is where FEXA comes in to help eligible talents or clients who would become talents in either of the global exceptional promise or global exceptional talent visa. We help with your application structuring, with your technical writing, with your evidence review, all the evidences you've had over time. We try to make it substantial enough or ask for more so that you are going to be using the best foot in to be a successful application. Also, at the end of the day, structure your evidences so that even the things you think did not matter are then structured to tell your impact story in a very resounding way that will give you a best shot into your global talent application. Thank you so much, Atoke, for sharing your valuable one
Thank you for
hour,
having.
10 minutes with us. Please, if you can hear me and you appreciate the sessions, I would please ask that you say thank you. Thank you to our speaker. These things she's giving you for free. It is at a very high cost. And I think it is not for free because you spent your time with us here. So the price you paid was actually your time. And we also thank every one of our listeners who joined us today. We also thank Fixer and its team for organizing all of this. So thank you very much for sharing with us your insights, your journeys over the past period. How many years has it been again?
For as a global talent.
Yes.
2 years, 2 years plus. Yeah.
Wow. You're a boss now.
No, I'm not.
Amazing, amazing. So this is where we come to the
Right.
end of the conversation. I was trying to keep it at an hour, but I am sure it is never enough for conversations like this. So that is why we try to ask you to subscribe to our pages, not because we want followers count, not because we want to increase our reach, no, but so that you gain valuable insights from every single post we put out there. There are questions you have that will still be answered, and maybe have probably been answered in our past posts and conversations. So do well to catch up. And I think Tinyere will be sharing links to where you can connect with us across our social media pages. And then, that's okay. Sorry, I need to ask you first. Some persons want to also connect with you, either with your atelier or your personal brand. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. You can then share in the chat section any convenient channel that you want people to reach you at. Well, thank you everyone for joining. This is one conversation people don't like leaving, and we need to just end the call at some point. Well, thank you. And it's also a good place to network, but I would say you join our communities, and then there are a lot of persons waiting to network and collaborate if that is also your interest. Cheers, everyone, and have a great evening.
Should I drop in the chat box or what should I
Yes,
do? I
please. The chat box will be
think the
fine.
email is fine. I'll just drop my email address.
Yeah, your comfort, please.
Mm.
Someone joined us from Kenya. I'm not sure she's still here. She taught us how to say hello. Who's going to teach us how to say goodbye?
What's up, boy?
All
So,
right. Well, now,
all right, now thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate the privilege of being here to speak with everyone. Thank